Hello. Today, I sound so steady. Today I'm doing a video on how to stop caring. I've mentioned it a few times about how I don't really care about people's opinions and stuff in my other videos, so instead of just telling you, oh, I don't care, maybe I should help you work out how to not care either. So, a brief history of me. I actually can't even really remember this. This is sort of, I don't really know if all of this is 100% true because I can't really remember what I used to be like, but I'd say in the past I did used to care about things a lot. Not really about red lights, red robots or dishes that hadn't been washed. I don't think I've ever really cared about that, but I was more into caring about what people thought about me, what people were doing, their actions. If I was going somewhere and somebody stood me up or something, or they cancelled or they were late, like that was something I would go on about, and I would care. I think I spoke behind people's backs because I just didn't like, this is when I was younger, so grade 8 or whatever, because I didn't like what their actions. I just found out I was angry, I would go on about things. So schoolwork I really did care about. I think I put quite a lot of pressure on myself about that. If I got a bad mark, it was like the end of the world. But then I kind of did hit a stage where I was less stressed. I used to stress about things so much. I remember, I don't know, I was like upset the one time because I think it was in grade 7 because we were writing an exam the next day and I didn't have a glue, and then suddenly I was just paranoid and thinking that, oh, we're gonna need glue in the exam, and I was all upset because I don't even know, like now I'm just like, okay, that's like a very weird thing to, I just put so much pressure on myself. As I said with schoolwork, I did hit a stage where I wasn't so stressed about it. So if we were writing exams or something, everybody else would be stressing, and they would just be stressing and everything, and then you would get me and I'd be so calm. Like people even said to me, how are you so calm? But anyway, so now this year I kind of legitimately do not care, and it's a different not caring. In the past I've kind of been like, oh, I don't care, and like I kind of did care, but now I legitimately do not care about things. So a big factor was that I moved out, lived by myself. When you live by yourself, you kind of get stuck with this body, and you get stuck by yourself. You're your only company basically. And then for me, that helped me to realize this is who I actually am. When you're with somebody all the time, you learn about that person. So that's kind of what happened to me. Then I know I did morning pages. I'm not really sure when each thing happened, to be honest, but I remember the one time I went to the shop, and this is when I just still sort of cared about things, but it wasn't that drastic. And I went to the shop, and the thing is that I couldn't find my shoes, and we were like we were going to Pick and Pay or something. So then I just went to my socks, and then like I felt quite I don't know, I felt like I didn't actually mind it, to be honest, but I was very conscious of the fact that I was wearing socks, and I'm like, oh, like what are people gonna think and that. And then when I was in the shop, I was thinking the reason I don't want to wear these socks right now, like only socks, it's not because of me. Like I was like, oh, actually I quite like wearing socks outside. It's because of other people. And then that made me realize that I was doing things for other people, for other people's ideas. I wasn't actually listening to myself, and it's actually it's small little habits that you find yourself doing. Makeup example, I always thought that makeup was something, like now I don't wear makeup, but I do wear it sometimes, but I do it now because it's something I want to do. It's not like, oh no, I need to wear makeup because I'm doing this. I mean, yeah, because people say this, or You know, sometimes I go to varsity with makeup, sometimes I don't. Normally in the past I'd probably wear makeup in all these videos, but now I'm just like, I don't feel like it, so I'm not going to do it. And quite frankly, I don't think I need to try and impress some other person or whatever. I should be trying to impress myself, listening to myself. And that's the major thing about caring, is that you are putting other people around you, you are giving them more power over you than you have of yourself. That's basically why you care about things. Most of the time, I think, if I think about it, I probably didn't actually care about what people were thinking. I just thought I cared. But as soon as you actually get to know yourself, if you talk to yourself, if you learn about yourself, you find that you actually do not care about what other people have to say. And basically what else I realized was that we've been given this life. You can believe however long, you can believe whatever you like about it. If this is our only life, if we come back, that's besides the point. The point is that you are alive right now, and you have to live with your body, with yourself, for I don't exactly know how long, but you do have to live with it. And for me, I was like, well, I don't want to live it in somebody else's body. When we live in other people's bodies, when we focus on that, we're kind of living on the surface. When we focus on ourselves, then actually that's where the greatness and stuff sort of comes out. I'd probably never have done YouTube videos if I still cared, to be honest, but now, I don't know, I just think that, like as I said, I just don't care. Another huge thing that has to do with it is detachment. When you are detached from things, you don't really care. For me, I'm kind of like, when you care about things, it's because you care about the outcome, you care about the results. Now I don't really, I'm not really one of those people who, no, everybody can be like this. It's not a case of I'm not one of these people, but I don't care about the outcome, to be honest, because quite frankly, I think everything is supposed to happen the way it does. Bad things are going to happen, good things are going to happen, like, just get your head around that. So I'm not so, at the end of the day this has to happen, or whatever, because in my head, whatever happens, I'm strong enough to handle it. Bad things have happened and I've got over them. Good things have happened and the same thing. So life isn't some perfect thing. I don't believe in perfection, to be honest, and quite frankly, I think perfection is boring. I think there's supposed to be sort of bad things make things interesting, and that's also how you grow. So I don't think there's a line that says this is going to happen, or it's going to just end up perfectly, because I kind of like the whole spontaneity of it there, like anything can happen. Also, I know like some people who are very stressed about certain things, so like washing dishes and stuff, they like become absorbed, they place importance on these small little things. So a red robot example, they're placing importance on that. A lecture, you have to like get to the lecture 3 hours before because you're gonna miss it. For me, I'm just like, if you miss the lecture, then obviously you weren't supposed to be there, in my opinion. And yeah, for me, a big thing about not caring is being optimistic. I personally think that everything is going to turn out alright. It really, in general, life is a lot to do with how you see it. So I could be given one life and someone else gets given the exact same life. We might view it they might be the exact same lives, but because of our mindsets we might view it differently. Maybe they think my life is terrible. I think it's like great, everything's going well. So that's another thing. When you believe that everything's going to work out, you just stop caring. I think something that you can do is that to stop caring is to actually listen to yourself and watch yourself, observe yourself, kind of what are you being when you're being mindful. So actually, just when you do an action, ask yourself, why am I doing this action? Why am I doing this? Why am I thinking that? If you've got a thought, that's another thing. Thoughts are is it temporary? Yeah, temporary. Thoughts are temporary. People often they think that they are their thoughts. I agree with that, like, you are your frequency in a way, but I'm saying that people, if somebody likes, example, tennis or something, maybe people view this person as somebody who likes tennis. This person is tennis. Everyone sees this person as tennis. You believe you are tennis. No, you aren't tennis. It's just something you do. It's something maybe you did, and that's also something I find it's hard to kind of let go of identities and stuff, because we think, oh, as soon as we are, oh, I've been this sort of person my whole life, I can't just change because other people are now going to be upset by this. No, I don't. People, they get over it. And the thing is that, yes, people in the beginning are going to be like, oh, did you know Susie used to do tennis and like now she's not doing it, she's going crazy. Obviously they're going to have those opinions, but as I said, those opinions are temporary as well. People aren't their opinions, they aren't their identities. So that's another way to stop caring. I found that I also used to judge other people who didn't really care, who did spontaneous things, who were actually themselves. I know my one friend, Lefe, she should really start a YouTube channel, she's amazing. But she was like so her own person. I don't know, like I personally used to judge her because I thought that it was weird that she was so herself. I remember the one time we were doing this drama thing, and she was doing a Johnny Bravo, she was like by herself. Actually, it wasn't even a drama thing, she was just doing it by herself. It was in grade 7 or something, and she was doing a Johnny Bravo impression or something, and we were like laughing at her because we thought it was just so weird. And now I realize that she was actually so herself. I admire that so much. She was completely herself, and now that's kind of how you can see it. If people are insulting you for being yourself, it's because they don't understand that. So for me now, I'm myself. I want to be myself, and I admire Lefe for being herself. But in the past, I personally didn't. I was like, this is so weird. So that's another thing to take into account, as I said, with thoughts being temporary. Also, like, I've had a discussion with her about this sort of thing. Like, afterwards I was like, hey, I used to judge you, but now, like, I really admire who you actually are. You've always been true to yourself. And she says, like, she often at university, like, she saw some guy with like really amazing eyes, so she went up to him and was like, you have the most beautiful eyes, like, and then she was like, have a beautiful day. And I think we were busy saying, like, that is such an odd thing to do, but she said that guy's day was probably made because she did it. Like, yes, it was weird and stuff, but it's just like, people don't do those things because they are so obsessed about caring. I mean, they're so obsessed about judgments. They're obsessed about what other people think. And we kind of do, by not doing those things, we are kind of losing that sort of love, I think, or appreciation of people. We're so scared to say to somebody that we admire them. I mean, like, since I've like stopped sort of caring, I have been more telling people that they are awesome people. Like, the other day some girl had like blue hair and she was getting into the lips, so I was like, hey, like, your hair's like really cool. And normally I wouldn't have said that, but now I was like, you know, she can think I'm weird or whatever, but I'm just glad that I did that. I said earlier, I used to be upset about other people's actions. So if maybe somebody didn't reply to me, I used to get so angry, or if somebody did something. Now I'm like, that's your life, this is my life, you can do whatever you like, I can do whatever I like. It's just not being so see, you can still care about people. I mean, obviously I respect people, I want the best for them, but it's not, I don't have control over your life and you don't have that. The sooner you realize that, the more sort of peace there is. You can do whatever you like, that's your, by obsessing about it, being angry about it, I'm ultimately the only one who suffers. As I said, what you should do is just take a look at your life and see if your actions are because of other people or because of you. And for me, the easiest way was to actually be by myself, spend time with yourself. That's why those morning page things that I mentioned, there's a video, it's called how my life changed or something, That's where I talk about my morning page things that I do. Yeah, so you could do that. That's how you learn about yourself. But honestly, just spend time with yourself. That for me, like as I said, people before in other videos I've said that people have this huge big thing about being by yourself, when in actual fact it's nice to be by yourself, because you learn about yourself, you learn what makes you happy, you learn what you want, you end up doing things for you. Another thing that happened to me actually today was that, to show you like how I'm listening to myself, not other people, but I posted a video yesterday on shyness and introversion and stuff, and then today I was like, I want to do a video on what you call it, on this, on not caring. And then, yeah, not actually, I knew in my head that there would be people who would be like, oh no, like you're posting videos way too often. So I do kind of have that, you can't, like other people normally post like once a week or something. And then for me, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna post it because I got the intuition feeling to post this video. And for me, yes, I know that you're probably going to get more likes and views if you post it more far apart, because people don't really have time to sit and watch like 100 videos or something. But in my head I was like, I need to post this video, and I'm doing it not because of views or likes and stuff, it's because I know that my actions and stuff are important, and they're part of like sort of the synchronistic chain. So whatever happens, whatever I do now can impact on someone else today. So you know, maybe somebody listening to this right now needed to hear this today. I don't exactly know why, how, whatever, but that's why I do. That's why I'm posting videos often. And it's not I suppose caring about anything, it's not like it's not like I don't care about anything anymore, but it's kind of, I'm just changing my priorities. So I care about making a difference in people's lives. I don't care about likes or views, or, because honestly that's not, why should I now like post a video a week later because society wants me to do that? I mean, for all I know, I could be dead next week, or the person who is supposed to listen to this could be dead because they committed suicide or something. I don't know. The thing is that for me, when I get an intuitive feeling, I actually think that you should trust it and do it, and stop caring about these little system things, because that's actually not the important thing. So that for me is something you should do. When you should look to see what you actually do value, what is actually important in your life. Does washing dishes and read robots and attending your lecture 3 hours early, is that important? Or yeah, so that's all I really have to say about it. So just realize that you are the person who has power over your life. You are the person who is, you're the person who's in control of what you care about. You are the person who views the life. You create your own life, and yeah. So yeah, spend time by yourself, and then I think that if you do spend time by yourself and you actually listen to yourself, that's how you stop caring, because then you are placing more importance on yourself than other people. Hope you have a great day, and enjoy the rest of the week. I don't know if I'll be posting another video, maybe tomorrow. I don't have that feeling yet, but okay, bye bye.